Hey everybody, it's Sam at Bitsy Bobsy. I've got the DYU T1 that I'm going to be taking out. I'm having to shoot this in reverse only because I found out there's a problem with the bike. And what's the problem with the bike that a lot of people are having? Well, stay interested to the end if you can do. Just bear with, and here we go. This is a lovely bike. It's not without its faults though, don't get me wrong. So when we took it out of the box and that, it was hilarious. I'm sure hopefully I can get a clip up there showing that it did take two of us to get it out. On the bike it's very simple when you put it together. It actually took about 20 minutes, which is really quick for putting an e-bike together. It's quite small in frame, but it has got a hefty weight to it. You know, you're looking about 23 kilos, which is decent for this. On the bike though, normal stuff that you've got. So we've got this front and back, we've got an easy to remove 10 amp hour, 36 volt battery. The bike is UK legal on the roads. It does come with a throttle if you want to fit it, just in case you're going on private roads, but for the purpose of the video it's not on. It will stick to the 15.5 mile an hour, and I have checked it on the trusty watch. So it does stick to that because there is no screen to actually show you. There's a couple of nice wee bits, I'll hopefully zoom into them and let you have a look, which I quite like. This wee bell is fantastic where it's sitting. It was just nicely put in there. The display, if you're not a fan of displays and stuff, I mean, your mobile phone can do most of the stuff anyway and show you that. Then you've got this, and it's just a press and hold. A nice easy light and everything at the front. And for lifting wise, and I do have a terrible shoulder, it's, as I say, you can lift it up. Removal of the battery is quite easy. I have done that off camera just because it did actually have a fault on the bike. Now, the reason I want to tell you about this fault is in case you get this fault. And instead of trying to send the bike back, you can just fix it yourself, because there's nothing better than when you fix something yourself. Now, having a look at the bike, we've got a quick release sitting down the bottom here, which is really easy to unclasp and pull apart at the other side. Right, get that down. Every time you do these, you never get the pedal sitting right. There's a nice bit of rubber at the bottom here as well, which is good because it stops it getting dirty on the bottom. Now, I've never found these the easiest to do these fold-up bikes. I always find it awkward, always getting it in the wrong way. That is my first full attempt at doing it. Right, so there we go. Back up again, very quick. Say you're on the train, you're on off, and we are back in business. Everything ready. So yeah, the pedals, they will fold in as well, which is really nice. They're very easy to do as well. The shape, as you see, is quite a unique shape. I don't think you'll see another bike like this. I have never seen another bike look like this. This is why I like the design of it. DYU have actually done a really good job. They do have a lot of bikes. They're kind of budget bikes, but to be fair, this has got something that the budget bikes don't have, and it's got a torque sensor. Now, torque sensor is good but bad. The good points of it is you feel more in control of your pedalling. So the pedal assist will kick in the harder that you push. The bad part is if you're not very good at pushing up a hill, it's going to make you work. The hill that I'm going to be cycling back down to go home was the hill that I cycled up, and my God, it made me work. It's great though, to be fair. I am pretty out of shape and overweight, so that is, you know, it's good. I never thought that I would end up using that. This bike, what would I say you would use this for? You are not going to be using this for the full range of it now. DYU say that it will do around about 60 kilometres, coming back to about 40 miles. You're not going to sit in this bike for 40 miles, I can tell you that. It's not that the seat's uncomfortable, because it's not. Once you get the ride height set out, it's actually very comfortable to sit on. It took me a couple of attempts to get it perfect where I wanted it, but once it was, the handlebars were sitting where I liked and everything as well. Brakes are fair enough. It would be nice to have hydraulic ones when it's coming in the price tag about £800, but the torque sensor actually makes up for the brakes, because if you want to change these brakes, it's only going to cost you about £40–50. There's nothing more than that. Now, on it, other things that I liked is when we opened it up, I was surprised that it came in with a really great tool set. It's not something that normally comes in when you are building up the bikes. They are normally rubbish little tool sets that you're going to get, and there's certainly ones that you're going to chuck in the bin. You're just not going to use. The DYU ones, I'll tell you one thing, I will keep them in my backpack because it's very good to have and handy. Other thing that they do, the other e-bike manufacturers I've never seen do when it comes out of the box, is they've actually got tags telling you, for instance, make sure you pump up your tyres and things. These are silly wee daft things that you would think that everybody would think, but if you've never built an e-bike before and you want to get an e-bike, but what puts you off is that I'm going to have to build this myself. See, this bike I could actually thoroughly recommend for that then, because it didn't take long. And as I say, apart from 2 people who left it out of the box, and that was just mainly because it was packed so well, and it was packed very good. It was nice and tight, which is great. You could also use a bit of polystyrene they've got at the front. You'll see when you take it out and sit it underneath the front wheel to stop anything moving, keeps it nice and done. So yeah, I'm going to take the bike out now a wee shot just now, just to give you an idea of what it'll feel like and stuff. I mean, the lights that are on the bike, I'll see if this comes across just now on the camera. Normally I would take the camera around, but it's probably better how dark it is just now if I do it there. So to press and get the bike on, you need to press and hold this button, and that's it. To get the light on, all you need to do is tap the button, and that's it. And it's a fair enough bright light. Tap it off to go back off again. At the back, it's a battery powered light. Just 1 press will get you standard, 2 will get you flashing, 3 off. Yeah, it's annoying it's not in with the rest of the battery, but to be fair, it's very easy to press, and at least that way you know it's on and people see you. So yeah, it's a nice bike. The rear rack says that it'll take 25 kilos. It probably will do, like every other e-bike that's out there. They've all got that. But it's very simple. I mean, as you see as well, with the style that they've went with, apart from the wires at the front, there's no other wires coming through the bike. You see one here, so you're coming at the back, but most of them are all hidden in the inside, which is really nice. So if the glamorous assistant has got the keys, which I'm going to guess she's not, she's looking at me weird now, so she's not, and I don't think I've got them just now, although I might. Oh, wait a minute. No, I do. Aha, I've got them. There we go. I should have just let you look for them for 10 minutes. So put the key in the side, turn it, lift. Now that is really one of the simplest take-out batteries I've ever seen. There's no faffing about, no seat moving forward, no having to adjust anything. Perfect. And now I'm about 5'7". So for ride height and stuff, that'll go in. Slide back in, clips in itself, keys out. That's it. That's as simple as you need to do. Right, let's get a shot of this going on the way back, and I can show you some footage of how it actually rides. I was going to say apologies for the helmet, but I've got God, I'm such a child, I giggle at stuff like that. I've got lots of stuff like this and glasses, so I'll probably end up wearing a squirrel. So yeah, on the bike, the motor is very quiet. I mean, it is actually very quiet when I'm going, which I like. It is working this time, thank God. There is a bit of suspension in the seat. Sorry, I should have said as well. Do you know, that's the other thing that's pointed out? I've been on the roads, like it's been on, you know, smooth, bumpy roads. Not too bad. But I can actually feel the whole bike through my bum, which is really nice, because it doesn't look the comfiest of bikes. It actually is, it's very comfy. You could change the seat if it's not wide enough and things for you. Remember, there is plenty of things like that. So please don't ever make your bike decisions based on the silly wee things that you can change, because there's lots of them. Things I like on bikes are, I like them being quiet. I like them shifting gears without making noises. Just silly things like that. So as I say, you can get an idea or a gist of what it was like me coming down this hill, because it's a big hill. And I was coming up this thing, and I was right out of puff. I didn't really mind it though. And the reason I didn't mind it is because I felt like I actually did something instead of doing nothing. Because a lot of the times when you're out doing a cycle, I like going out on e-bikes for different reasons. Today's reason is I am having an absolute murder day. Absolute terrible, terrible day. And I thought to myself, I need to do something to try and get me moving again so I can get back to the work that I want to be doing. This is why I always try and get people out on e-bikes and always try and talk them up. Anything that can get you moving and get you out of feeling down in the hole that you're in, go for it. So right, back to the bike. So, I'm going to do a brake test in 2 seconds. Just hopefully Marie knows I'm going to do a brake test. And then we'll see how quick it can stop. Okay, I've only done about 4 miles, so we'll brake now. I mean, that's pretty decent. I would trust that. You know, I would trust that if I'm going out somewhere and I have to slam on the brakes and stuff. Yeah, it's good. See, when the torque sensor is working and the bike is going perfect as it should have been and all that, the very first start when I was going out, it is lovely. It's not dark enough to need the lights, but I end up keeping them on anyway, just so people can see you on the bike. Handlebars are very slim and put together, so if you've got a big shoulders, it's maybe you would want to adjust that for yourself as well. If you were a female or female stature, I really think that this would be so much easier for you going in. I'm okay with it. I mean, really, I just want out for exercise, so I don't. Hey, sheepy. Hey, yeah. I think that one's biting there. See, it's a good thing about being out when you go out and about where you stay. Never get a very good look at where I am sometimes because I'm stuck indoors all the time. It takes a lot for me to get out. Don't know if you can see in the back there's Tinto Hill. It is absolute massive. Climbed it a couple of times. Felt great when I done it. These tyres are very quiet. And I mean very quiet. Hardly any road noise through them at all. I cannot hear any. Which again is lovely for the cycle. So am I going to recommend this bike? I keep saying that to myself, I'm going to recommend it. You know why I'm definitely going to recommend it? If I manage to get this video out quick enough, DYU are doing a promotion where if you pay $799 for this bike, you get another bike for free. I mean, come on, how can you not go for that? It's a fantastic deal. So if they are doing it, you can pick this one, get your partner on the other one. You know, so it's just literally as buy one get one free, because you don't put them down that often, these ones. Anyway, before I heavy breathe myself to death here, because somebody absolutely forgot his inhaler before he comes out, just want to say thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I get to do more of these videos. I'm going to be looking at doing velomobiles. I think maybe my daughter's thinking about doing a couple of things, and the wife is as well, she wants to do them. Right, so here's the problem that I've got. Okay, I thought in the initial run that when I went out everything was fine, I'd sorted it, and it was this cable, by the way, down here where I disconnected, and what I'd done is I put it back in, but I had to do this several times. My issue is I contacted DYU, I let them know about the flaw in the bike. Now, shout out to the boy in the EVRC, I'm terribly sorry I forget his name, but it's the EVRC YouTube channel. He's a really great guy. Does lots of different videos. I watch them myself. The differences between him and myself would be that he's in a very busy, built-up place, so what he wants at a bike and what I want a bike is totally, probably different. Anyway, the comments on his page, there was lots of people who says that there are problems with this bike doing the same thing, but it would cut out the power. And the issue that you've got is when I told them about this, they ignored me, which is really annoying. Then they told me to send them a video of it, but what I can't send them a video of is when I'm cycling, the motor cuts out. So I can't send you a video of that because it keeps cycling at the time. So I thought I'd give it a shot to the wife and stuff like while we were out doing other stuff, and she noticed the same thing. It was doing the same thing every single time. So unfortunately, can I recommend this bike for people? Not if you want to go on the road and trust it. I'm worried that people will go out and buy this bike as their first e-bike and think that this is how e-bikes act. It is not how they act at all, with it just cutting random power and things like that. That said, has this bike got a place in the market? It actually has, and the reason being is that DYU are selling quite a few bikes just now, and if you buy this one you get one for free, and if you do buy it then it means that the overall cost of the bike is going to work about £500–600-ish, maybe something like that, right? They did come with a throttle, this bike. The throttle does work. The throttle doesn't cut in and out. This is why I know that it's a torque sensor issue, and it has nothing to do with anything else on the bike. So either return it back to them if you're not happy, or buy one of these, and if it's for one going in the back of your camper van, going around trails, going abroad and things like that, where you're allowed to use a throttle, yes, it's a different bike, it's a unique bike, it's a nice bike. On UK roads and stuff like that, I couldn't recommend it, no. Sorry. And sorry everybody. Once again, thanks for watching the channel. If you could just pop me a wee like and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.
That's all, folks.